good night to our viewers. So sometimes a compliment goes a long way. A long way.
Really, actually it does.
Yes. We are going to be talking about the event and highlight of the week, which was so with respect to the earthquake, time thought that we would have actually had an earthquake experience. So where were you during this whole melee?
Well, girl, share your life. Oh gosh, I can't even share your life. But you all know what to do, share. Traumatized, I turn into big wobbly. We have safety training like every month. However, when I experience an earthquake, irrelevant, non-existent, I never learned anything. I am just a brand new human being who was and they actually tell you that's what you should not do. Oh my god! The sound of a Janice, my heart was at the bottom of my feet. And I'm shaking. And I'm like, crisis situation, because you're starting to hear the panic around you. Go outside. Electricity went, there was no power, and the first have power right now. Does anybody have access to it? My battery was low, my car.
Yeah.
Was prepared. The only thing I had was a flashlight in my car.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so that was this lady in the mall with glass.
The force were small. And usually when since I really took it on, because it was just like a shake, like somebody would just come and nudge you, and you know, okay, that. So it started, and then I said, oh, back down. I got up out of my chair and I said, forget the shoes, waste of time. The office like that. And again, as you said, that was the thing that I should not be. It rarely goes under a desk.
Yeah.
In the movies they don't. Every man jack heads for the stairs and they start running down the stairs. I need to get my phone and my handbag, because that's where I have my house keys and my car keys. The area outside of my office. And It's tough. But you see, at that point, my thought was just to get into the reception. I pressed the buzzer to open the door. Now, at this point, I'm also barefooted by the I literally ran down the escalator because at this point, everybody was just running out of the building, and people just started screaming.
You went down the elevator?
No, the escalator.
Oh, sorry. One, I'm terrified of earthquakes, and I'm terrified of being caught in an elevator. Flights of stairs if I have to, rather than go down the elevator.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you ran outside.
The had an even bigger shake.
Yeah.
And I'm now sprinting. I got out and people were coming out as well. And I just walked to my car. And just catch my breath. At this point, I didn't even realize that I had touched I heard Janice heavy breathing on the other side of my phone because my phone rang. My whole issue with my mild heart attack and so on. Stress is supposed to be a no-no. I actually felt scared for the first time in my life. And I was, in the car park, and she was saying to me, well, what's going on? What's going on? And I could actually hear the tremoring, the trembling in my voice. Trying to and I would really not recommend you going into the mall at this point, and she's there talking. Hopefully it's over because we don't know if it was going to continue. And I started walking back to the mall, to make sure that everybody was okay. And then, of course, in the building, we got them out, and then, of course, no debris around that may have fallen. The stores maybe fainted or hurt or whatever. Came to us and said, what can we go home now? I said, well, yes, you can. Would have been happening at their own homes, or even at that point be able to get transport. Their cars and driving off. And then I told security, look,
that was at what, 5:30, so yeah.
Correct.
Mall wasn't closing until 7.
More shakes to come from the continuation of the earthquake. Like the doors closed, but it was all open, and they had to go in and secure their stuff. on shelving, a lot of it fell on the ground. The pharmacy had place occasions, they had a lot of glassware. And you know, there's the flower shop. She I believe Art and Antiques also had a few things damaged as well. But I'm happy to say, as one tenant said to me, he says, you know, it's more because the mall stood up like a boss, right? You know, it didn't. Came from the ceiling onto any of the customers. Around the mall, and ensuring that, you know, all the family members, and they came to have them start cleaning up. On the homes and their apartments. We had our current. I was so not to worry, because at some point it descended. Well, I say KFC is fries, and the amount of people in KFC.
Possible reasons. One, some people eat like a leg. Let's assume that he didn't know what was. I was, and this is going to lead into the next part of communication via your phone, limited communication.
Yes.
Well, out of electricity. Because, like, we didn't know what was coming again.
That's right.
That really. Situation and being cut off from communication from people on the. But I already thought it, so it's too late. But can you imagine? The strikes at 12 midnight or something like that.
We've been having quite a few earthquakes at night time, and the earthquake last night, I go, what earthquake? What are you talking about?
Last night, because I swear. Is there a, yeah. The worst part is when you're typing about yesterday was actually an earthquake, right? In my house last she forgot my everything from yesterday and did the same thing around last night.
Yes, well, one rule is you should have gone I said, yes, I agree with you, you know. But you see, when you are, I mean, I'm right and fair. It's you do the most natural thing. You understand? But half the time, most of the time, logic does not step. Really made me even more afraid was the shops shook. You know, when the entity is present, everything just starts to shake violently. Well, no, you're supposed to be under your desk, you know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about that.
So my Joshua. A building takes about 30 seconds to collapse. In the first 10 seconds of those, I am outside and I agree with him. Feed, the only thing that I can assume is that since the earthquake, and I did experience this yesterday, will come back and watch the rerun. Yes. It will be, trust me, Ral kicks in the show tonight. We really want to get into this whole being prepared for a natural disaster thing, because the first thing I would have wanted was to be able to get like a text message. They need help, message this number. Facebook was more helpful in terms of being responsive to the. With the strength of the earthquake, was anybody impacted? I wasn't home, so I was thinking. And all of that was running through my head, and you know, the first thing you'd want to do is get into contact with your loved ones, and the lines are down.
Trying to get onto my husband's cell. Now he's Digicel, and I'm B-Mobile. And I had my landline at home, which means that if the cellular network had gone down, at least this is a landline, a TSTT landline, right? And that worked without any problem. Home and speak to them to say, well, are you all okay? And because I mean, I have two elderly parents. You know, the roof could have come down. How do you, you know, again, how do you prepare yourself to deal with the situation? You know, I mean, there was cracks on in a wall in their bedroom. You know, so how do you? The question was raised: how do you treat the bed to put them in a door frame?
Yeah.
You see, so those are the issues that needs.
And then from the sign of shaking, it actually raises up and
includes you. Yes,
in the zone. I would have cleared all that, so because the amount of people that I discovered after this earthquake that were so afraid. Just the whole idea of being out of control, you can't
do anything about it.
evaporation.
Correct.
Earthquake is sudden, it's instant. Death can be instant. And I mean, Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday. That is one. I don't know about you, Janice, but that was one of the things that ran through my mind. Me so much about an earthquake, but as we move more into anymore, I know you said that it stood up. You got any damage or anything?
Well,
like
we
that?
have held up like a boss.
That's good.
I mean, we really didn't have that.
You know, one of the impacts of an earthquake is foundation around the building.
That's correct.
And there was some, well, there were one or two. I was like, were you always there? Or were you? The damage may not be now. Those little hairline cracks can actually shock you. So if another earthquake comes, that might not even be as strong as the one that. Another very important question, you know, where the building inspectors to come around and make sure that these offices area, and we were closed yesterday, completely closed, because they had to bring people in to inspect and of buildings.
And you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
You know, we have our structural engineers. There's some other buildings that, you know, we check to make sure that everything is okay. Now, when I saw
that was across the road from here,
that's
right?
correct. You know, I thought to myself, but how could that our glass? But we don't just use glass, we use the tempered glass. Glass that you would go out and that buildings like that would now look at putting in the proper glass. Actually, people were not in that corridor area. But some just stayed outside the building, you know, so in that respect.
Particularly the one in the supermarket.
Yes.
Where people were recording and they were there. I saw I don't know if that was a response of or shock, but I think clearly, and even me, I am a very good. If you don't go on the table, there are the recommendations for an earthquake as an action. So it's like this, it makes a hide under that little pocket area there. That is actually what they encourage, and I don't get the personally as well. But even in that supermarket, I mean, it doesn't look like the employees were trained on. Our producer is saying we're going for a break. I guess so. What is the break about? 5 minutes? Okay.